Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, just flip your phone the other direction. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Hey guys, Eryka T. Johnson here. So excited that you guys are joining me on this evening. I am an internationally award-winning leadership brand strategist and author, as well as a speaker. And what I'm most passionate about, what I do through my company, High Pursuit LLC, which we are an executive leadership development consultancy, is really help high achieving women elevate their visibility as well as their profitability in the workplace, right? So the workplace as well as in the market, right? So I teach you how to monetize your skills. I teach you how to take your value and make sure that you ask your worth. And so I want to welcome you to tonight's live stream. I'm so very glad that you decided to join me on this evening. Hello over to Instagram. Hello here on Facebook. Tonight we're going to be talking about finding time to write your book. Okay, so this topic I think is extremely important, guys, because every time I send out surveys or I ask questions to my community concerning them writing a book, like what's holding you up? What's blocking you? What's keeping you from producing your book, right? From releasing your book, from writing your book, from self-publishing, getting your story out there, putting your expertise and packaging up your expertise and releasing it to the world. And oftentimes I hear, I just don't have time. Like, I would love to write a book. I would love to tell my story. I would love to let individuals know of all of the information and the expertise that I've had over the years from the experiences that I've had. But it's always that excuse of I don't have time. And you know what? I totally get that. As a mom, as a business owner, even as an engineer working outside of the home as well, I understand what that means when you say you just don't have time. You're busy. Your lifestyle is busy. You're often, taking care of this individual and having children and having a spouse. It can get difficult. So I wanted to take the time to really address that and give you another perspective on possible ways and strategies that you can actually carve time out of your day so that you can write your book. So let me just really address, before we really get into the content, guys, come on in. Let me address this one thing. Like, I hear oftentimes that when it comes to writing a book, that it takes years, right? People say, I don't want to, I want to write a book, but I know it's going to take me years. That's not the truth. That's actually a myth. Don't you know that you can literally take 30 minutes a day for 30 days and complete your book? You heard me correctly. 30 minutes a day for 30 days, consistently for 30 days, and you can actually have the first draft of your manuscript, which you would take through that process of self-publishing and getting it out there to the world. So it's not something that has to take you years and years. It's not a task that has to take you, hours and hours every single day. No, you can easily produce, 100-page, 150-page book. Hey, Tamron, you can easily produce that in 30 minutes a day for 30 days. So if that's something that you feel like is doable, just type in the comment section. Let me know that that's something doable for you. Say, yes, it's doable, right? For those of you that are watching the replay, just let me know by just leaving me a comment that says, hey, Eryka, I'm watching the replay. Then, it lets me know that you guys are getting this information, that you are hearing what I'm saying, and that you're actually on board, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and reset one more time, and then we're going to go and I'm going to give you actually 10 strategies on how to free up time in your busy schedule so that you can write your book. Thank you for the hearts over there at Instagram. Guys, as you are joining here, if you're joining either of the platforms, just let me know that you are here. Say, I'm here, and let me know where you are joining from, okay? Just let me know where you're joining from, and that really helps me, okay? So, again, my name is Eryka T. Johnson. I am an internationally award-winning leadership brand strategist, author, as well as speaker. And I own a company called High Pursuit LLC, an executive leadership development consultancy, where we focus on helping high-achieving women really elevate their visibility as well as their profitability in the workplace as well as in the market. So I work with corporate leaders, women who are in leadership in the corporate space, but I also work with women leaders as well who are entrepreneurs, who are corporate and want to start building their side business, right? Like you call themselves corporatepreneurs. I deal a lot with women in technology. I actually have two women in tech clients today that are in the process of self-publishing their books. One has actually written, did a actual ebook and got the ebook out and just exceeded her sales goals before she even is scheduled to release her book this summer. And so that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about helping women really bring their messages, right? Bring their messages to the world. So yes, I wrote my first book and published while working full time, going to school, and pregnant. Very doable. Yes. Thank you so much for saying that, Tamara. Yes. From Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being on the live stream on this evening. So let me go ahead and just start giving you guys the 10 strategies. So you may want to go ahead and bring out a piece of paper and a pen so that you can jot these down. You may not have thought of any of these, or there may be a couple that are new to you. So I want you to definitely jot them down. And before we just move on to that, take your time to share this. If you know that there's another woman out there who's looking to write a book, right? If she's looking to write a book, particularly if she's looking to write a book this year, she needs to get started. We're almost at the half of the year, and so she needs to get started with that process. So I want you to just take a moment just to share it, to get it out there so that people know that we are on, and this is some pretty awesome content that I'll be sharing. Okay, so strategy number 1. This is really simple. Basically, just wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier every single day, right? 15 to 30 minutes earlier. I know some of us love our sleep. For me, I have like an internal clock, like past a certain time. Even if I'm trying to stay asleep or trying to stay in the bed, I can't, okay? So wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier. And what that does, a lot of times, you're probably going to be up before everyone else in your home. So you have that quiet time. You're fresh. Like the thoughts, the energy, everything is fresh, is new. It's at that moment, that time to really capitalize on the fact that you're up 15 to 30 minutes earlier, okay? So one way for you to find extra time in your busy schedule is for you to create it. Hey, Pretty Thoughts is for you to create that extra time. And you create that time by waking up earlier, right? Getting up before everyone else gets up and really start the day. Hey, guys, thank you for joining, Stacy. Good to see you, okay? So that's number 1, right? So the second strategy, and this is something that I did as well as strategy number 1, but strategy number 2, I personally did when I wrote my first book back in 2015. I struggled nearly for 2 years, guys. This is a real true moment. I struggled for 2 years to write this book, okay? I knew I wanted to write a book called Own Your Life. Every time I sat down to write, literally, I would experience writer's block, right? I would experience writer's block. So I would write a page, or I write 2 pages, and then I would just go blank, right? But it was because there were several different things that were missing in terms of me getting this book out. Like, I didn't know my why for writing the book, right? I just was like, okay, I'm going to write a book and just start writing. I didn't have a plan, which is major. Like, you need a plan when you write a book. Like I told you guys, you need, 30 minutes a day for 30 days. You need to tack along a solid plan, and you can get your book out in no time, okay? So I didn't have a plan. I didn't have my why. I wasn't accepting the fact that I was a leader, and I needed to really step into that and just be a voice for those who didn't have a voice, right? But once I decided that, okay, I'm going to really take the time, I'm going to buckle in, and I'm going to write down all of these things and discover all of these things, then things began to shift, right? And so one of the ways, as part of my strategy, because with every book plan, you need to have a strategy. A part of my strategy was during my lunch breaks every day, instead of me going out for lunch, instead of me, going and sitting with another friend or going to the cafeteria, I would bring my lunch every single day and I would sit at my desk. I had the card, I had my note card, my index card on which topic I would be writing on during their writing session. And guess what? I would write. Literally, I would have an hour break. For a good solid 45 minutes to 15 minutes, I just sat there and I wrote, right? And it was incredible. It did incredible things in terms of me pushing my book out there and moving forward. Hey, Patricia, so glad that you're joining us, okay? So if you can capitalize on eating in for lunch rather than going out, going to a restaurant, going and hanging out with your friends, you may say, well, Eryka, I sit at a cubicle. Fine, bring you some noise canceling earphones or earbuds, put those in and take that time to just focus and to hash out your book ideas and write your thoughts down, okay? Yes. Yes. Take that time to do that, okay? All right, so strategy number 3. Now, this is one. Okay, DVR your favorite shows to watch at a later time. So if you're a person that loves to watch TV, and like right now, guys, they got all of these hit shows that are out. Like, there are so many shows that I love personally to watch. But if I have a major project that I'm trying to finish and I really need to focus, a lot of times I'll forego doing, watching those shows. A lot of times I have coaching clients that I consult with, yes, in the evening time. A lot of times, I'm doing strategy sessions. I'm helping people strategize on their projects, strategize on their businesses. And guess what? I'm a lot of times flexing my schedule around my clients. Like when my clients are available, I make myself available. So sometimes that may mean that that session takes place when they're actually, like, there's a show on that I actually love to watch. Guess what? You can DVR the show. If you have a service like an Xfinity or a Charter, a lot of times you can go back and you can just pull up, the guides, and you can go back and look at, the show that was on for that particular evening. So take the time, DVR your shows, free up your time. Yes. Balshik says yes. Free up your time. Hulu, yes. Free up your time by not wasting it by watching your shows. Like, set a day that you will watch it. Like, one of the things that I love to do on Fridays is, once I get home from the week, I don't have, any work, I don't have any clients. Fridays, I'm usually here, I'm in my home, and guess what I do? I go to the movie room and I binge. There's shows that I love to watch, like The Resident, and there's a ton of things that I love to watch. And guess what? That's the time that I binge. But I set a day that I do that such that for the rest of the week, if I have appointments, if I need to focus in on a project, if I need to create, a new session, I need to create a new program, event, do content creation, whatever it is, I do that during the week. And then I would schedule time, like on Friday evenings, to binge and watch all of the shows that maybe I DVR'd, are the ones that I just wanted to watch for that week and I didn't get an opportunity to do that, okay? So thank you, Pat. She said, loving your session. So real. Thank you. So let's go. Let's do a quick update on those 3, right? So we're talking about 10 strategies that you can implement to free up your schedule, to carve out time out of your busy lifestyle so that you can write your book, so that you can get beyond that excuse of the reason why I haven't written my book yet this year is because I don't have time. I'm helping you to find ways and find, where you can actually get pockets of time that's going to add up that allows you to write your book in 30 minutes a day for 30 days along with a plan, and you can really get it out. Okay, so number 1 was wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier a day. Redeem that time, okay? Number 2, eat in for lunch rather than going out, such that your lunch breaks are spent with you, with your pen, with your paper, which is what I love to do. I usually share that with my clients, is when I write, I'm writing on pen and paper. I'm not necessarily writing, on a computer. Right? Take your pen and your paper and you write for whatever amount of time that you have for your lunch break. And then DVR your favorite shows, okay? So the 4th strategy that you can implement that allows you to free up some time It's to meal prep for the week, right? So a lot of, yes, using your journal, yes. Meal prep for the week and on Sunday. So I like to do Sundays. Typically, it's a much slower day. I've done my grocery shopping, right? And so I can easily, I figured out what I'll be serving the family for the week, and I'll meal prep as much as I can, on that day. That allows me, when I come in every single day, I'm not concerned with, oh my goodness, I need to spend an hour, 2 hours, preparing dinner for the family. No, I've had that already laid out. I already know what I'm doing. A lot of times it's already cooked. It's just a matter of heating it up, or it's just a matter of, preparing some vegetables to go with, what I've already, prepared as far as an entree. And that saves time, guys. It like literally frees up your evening, particularly if you have to do a lot of cooking. If you're the cook in the home, which I am, right? If you prepare a lot of the meals for the family, that's an opportunity for you to redeem some time as well by just meal prepping on one day. Take care of the week, or take care of several days out of the week, and you give yourself that opportunity to focus in on this very important assignment and a very important calling for you really bringing your message and bringing your story to the world. Okay, so are you guys still with me? If you're still with me, give me a heart, a thumb up. Let me know that you guys are still here, okay? Let's talk about number 5. So the 5th strategy is take a walk. Take a walk to a park every single day, and you find a bench and you sit and you write, okay? So a good time to do that typically is, early morning, right in the morning where it's still quiet, it's still cool. I'm here in the Houston area, which is hot. It gets hot really quickly, right? So going earlier in the morning time works well. Or if you're, one of those people, again, that's in a very hot area, maybe waiting till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. The sun is still up, but it's not as hot. And you have the opportunity to walk, to see, to be out, in nature, to hear the sounds, to get very creative, right? There's something about just connecting with nature that allows you to be creative. And that's a moment when that creativity is in flow. That's one of the best moments for you to write, okay? Because you're having those thoughts and you want to capture those thoughts at first inception, because they're the most powerful at first inception, right? So take yourself a walk to the park. Bring your notepad, your journal with you, and take that time just to sit down and to write. It's quiet. It's you by yourself. You're alone. It's an incredible opportunity to get your message written down so that you can put that in your book, okay? So let's go on to number 6. Number 6 kind of goes in with number 5 in the fact that I want you to carry around your journal, carry around your notebook. Whatever it is that you're using to record your thoughts to put in your book, carry that around with you every single day. I don't care if you're going to the grocery store. I don't care if you're going to the doctor's office. A lot of times you can go for your appointment and they have you sitting in a lobby for at least about 20, 25 minutes sometimes, just depends. That's a perfect opportunity for you to capitalize on that time and write, okay? I don't care if it's 10 minutes that you get to write. Take that opportunity, because it's all going to add up, right? At the end of the day, you're going to compile all of this, all of these opportunities is going to add up. And when you look back and you see all the, the 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, if you can't get to a 30-minute session, it's going to really add up, and you're going to see your manuscript just unfolding and really coming together, okay? So, number 1, wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier every day. Number 2, eat in for lunch rather than going out. Number 3, DVR your favorite shows, and then set a day that you go back and you watch those shows, okay? As a point of you doing self-care, relaxation, winding down, you schedule that day for you to do that. Number 4, I want you to meal prep for the week, such that you're not going in a hurry every single day trying to prepare dinner, okay, from scratch. I want you to take a walk in the park and bring your journal with you so that you can sit on a bench and you can just listen and connect with nature, get that creativity flowing, and then you can write, okay? And number 6, we talked about you carrying your notebook, your journal with you everywhere that you go so that you can capitalize on those moments where you're just like, it's pockets of wasted time, like you're just sitting there waiting for someone to serve you, okay? All right, so number 7, you guys still with me? Just let me know that you are still with me. We have 4 more here to go. And actually, I just thought of another one, so I'm going to give you a bonus one, okay? Okay, so number 7, I want you, if you spend a lot of time on a particular task extremely often that you know you can delegate to someone else, I want you to hire someone to help you with that, okay? Hire someone, right? So if you spend a lot of time doing housekeeping and vacuuming and, cleaning the restroom and things like that, why don't you take the time to hire a housekeeper to help you during that period of time that you're working on this project, this very important project to getting your book out. Hey, Leslie, okay? So say, for instance, we already talked about you need 30 minutes for 30 days with a solid plan, right? So can you afford, for a month to have someone assist you with your housekeeping, right? Whether you call them in once a week or you call them in every other week, right? Yes, have yourself a cleaning person, right? Someone to do your housekeeping for you. Because easily, I can remember when I first got married, we first started building our family, like literally I would work all the week, right? I would work all the week, and then guess what would happen on the weekend? Saturday, literally for 8 hours, I would clean the home. Do you know how draining that was? I would literally clean the home for 8 hours. Every room, I'm scrubbing, I'm mopping, I'm dusting, I'm doing all of these things. And it literally would drain the life out of me to know that I would spend, 5 days working. Then on the day that I could get some rest, I had to spend that entire day cleaning. Then the next day I would go and do worship and grocery shopping. It was just like, where do I find the time to, to just love on myself, okay? So I want you, wherever it is that you have a lot of tasks going on, over here on Instagram, Boss Chick Crate is saying that she has a virtual assistant to help her in her business. An excellent way to free up your time. Yeah, an excellent way. It takes 7 hours to clean my house. Yes, I totally understand, Tamara. And going to bed hurting. Yes, I totally can agree with that and identify with that, right? So think about it. Like, how much is your time worth? An hour, okay? Yes. How much is your time worth? An hour. Maybe just take that. So if you can just take out your pen and jot that down, just think about that. For 1 hour of your time, how much is 1 hour of your time worth? If you say $100, think about it. Somebody like me, like I said, when I first started, I was spending 8 hours cleaning my home. If my time was worth $100 an hour, basically $800, right? Where I can basically hire a housekeeper to come in for a week, take her less time than it would take me because it's her passion or his passion, right? That's something that they're passionate about. May take them 4 hours, 3 hours, right? Charge me $125. I think that's an incredible return on my investment, okay? So I want you to think about that. What are things that you do that take you an incredible amount of time that you don't necessarily need to do, right? Is there things that you can do, right, that you can just pay someone else to do for you to get that time back, right? So you'll get that task done, plus you'll get the benefit of getting your book written such that, too, it can begin to work for you, right? Because one of the things that I teach, about, book writing is, okay, you write the book, but you want to write the book such that it outlives your lunch, right? You don't want to just lunch, hey, Tiffany. You don't want to just lunch the book and then that's it. You just sell, however many copies, a box here, a box there, and that's the end of it. No, you want to make sure that your book outlives your lunch. So that means that you're going to also, not only create the book, but from that book, you're going to maybe create a coaching program, or you're maybe going to start doing some type of workshops and seminars, or maybe there's some tour that you're going to, different colleges teaching on the topics. Maybe you're going to create one of your signature talks for you speaking from the stage, a keynote presentation, right? So I want you to constantly be thinking about, okay, the book, that's the first step. But really the profits come in from all of the other channels and avenues that you create revenue from the book, okay? So you're basically going to create a business around the book. So simply by hiring someone, giving them $125 to go and clean your home, like, you're going to get that back and more. And then think about it from this standpoint. Like, you're creating a job for someone else, right? You're helping to feed someone else's family, right? You're helping to bring in income for someone else's home. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay. So that was number 7. I want you to hire help for the tasks that you do that take a lot of your time, but really it does benefit you, but it doesn't necessarily have to be your time to get that benefit, right? What are other ways that you can get the same benefit where it doesn't take your time, right? How can you remove yourself from the equation and still be able to experience the benefit? Okay. Are you guys still with me? Let's do a really quick recap. Let me reset because I see we're having new people join us. Guys, welcome. Thank you for joining again. My name is Eryka T. Johnson. I am an internationally award-winning leadership brand strategist, author, as well as speaker. And my company, High Pursuit LLC, we are an executive leadership consultancy where we focus on helping high-achieving women really elevate their visibility as well as their profitability, right, in the workplace as well as in the market. So like I told you guys earlier, I help corporate women leaders with really speaking up for themselves and negotiating their worth. And then I also help women who are in the business space who are trying to be more visible and to increase their profitability as well in their businesses. So I love to create content. I am a content creator. Hey, Miss Aitman Consultant. I am a content creator. I'm a trainer. I'm a speaker. One of the things that I'm focusing on this year, one of the big goals that I had was helping at least 100 women release their books this year, right? So me coming in doing this live stream is contributing to that goal of helping women really get their message out in a very big way. Really tell your story, really bottle up and package up your expertise and make an offering into the world for someone else to take that expertise and really transform their lives, okay? So let's go over. Today we're talking about the 10 strategies that you can implement right now that's going to allow you to free up your time, free up your busy schedule so that you can write your book. So I'm helping and I'm addressing those aspiring authors who keep telling me that I can't write a book because I don't have time. Okay, there's ways that you can pull out your time, and which is what we're sharing on tonight. Okay, so let me just recap the 7 strategies that we've gone over already. I still got 3 more, and then as we were talking, I got a bonus one that I'll share with you guys as well. Okay, so number 1, I want you to wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier a day. I want you to redeem that time. Take that time to focus in. It's quiet. You're fresh. The creativity is there. Take that time to really to write and to focus in on that project. Number 2, I want you to eat in for lunch rather than going out, rather than going and sitting with one of your friends, rather than going to the cafeteria. Bring your lunch with you to work. Sit at your desk and write. If you're at a cubicle, make sure you get some noise canceling earbuds, and I want you to just focus in on your writing for that amount of time that you have, okay? I want you to DVR your favorite shows, right? Set a time, set aside a time, maybe it's one day out of the week that you binge on those shows that you've recorded, right? But don't spend all of your time just watching television. DVR your favorite shows and then watch them at a later time where you're taking care of yourself and it's a part of your self-care program, okay? Or plan. I want you to meal prep as much as you can such that every evening you're not going home trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to prepare for my family tonight? And then you have to spend another hour or 2 just getting the meal together. Number 6, I want you to, number 5, excuse me, I want you to take a walk in the park and make sure that you bring your journal. You're connecting with nature, that creativity is flowing. I want you to journal and to write as much as you can as you've taken that walk and you found yourself a bench to take a seat and to just record your thoughts, okay? Again, number 6, I want you to carry your notebook wherever you go. When you have downtime, I want you to write. Find the pockets of time that are just wasted time and you capitalize on those pockets of time, okay? Number 7, we talked about you hiring help for those tasks that really overwhelm you, for those tasks that take a lot of your time that you can actually pay someone else to do it for you, okay? So we're going to go on to number 8. If you are ready to hear number 8, just type yes. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me something. Just let me know that you are ready to hear number 8 as well as the rest of the strategies that I have to share. Another thing that I want you guys to do, if we can pause really quickly, is I want you to just take the time. If you're on Instagram, if you are on Facebook, take the time and to just share this video, right? Just share it. Let folks know that we are on live. We're covering, hey, Kim, we're covering some incredible content on strategies, guys, that you can implement right now that's going to allow you to develop your first manuscript, right? To develop that book, right? I don't want the excuse anymore of hearing, okay, no, I don't have time. Oh, I got this going on. I got that going on. I'm giving you strategies of things that are extremely practical, things that I did personally for myself when I wrote my first book back in 2015 that allowed me to finish it actually in less than 30 days, okay? So you can actually do this, okay? So let's go on. So number 8, I want you to have designated times for social media, for emails, as well as for phone calls. Okay, let me break that down really quick. So that means on social media, because it's easy, guys, like it's easy for me to pick up my phone and go to Instagram and, I posted something on Instagram and then in my feed, I see all of these other interesting and encouraging and powerful posts because I make sure the people that I follow on Instagram are the brands that I want to connect with. Their messages a lot of times align with my message, right? So it's very intriguing. It sucks me in because it was designed to be that way. Like I designed it such that I made sure the people that I would follow were people of substance, okay? So it's easy for you to post and think, okay, I'm just going to post this and get off. It's easy to start scrolling. I do it myself. Start scrolling, and guess what? When I look back up again, literally an hour has passed, right? If you're in a time crunch where you're trying to focus in, yeah, I see boss, she's crazy, give me all of the hearts over there. If you're in a time crunch and you're working on your writing project, that hour could have been incredible for you to get, at least a couple sections of your book written out and ready to go, okay? So you want to monitor, set some designated time around your social media, right? Maybe you said, well, okay, in the morning I'll do a 15-minute check. In the evening I'll do a 15-minute check. At lunchtime I'm doing a 15-minute check, which means you're posting, you're responding, you're inboxing, as well as you're liking and engaging all within that 15 minutes, okay? And then you move on. The other thing, Tiffany's saying, yes, it is a time snatcher. Yes, it is. And it happens. It gets me every time if I'm not aware, okay? The other thing is around emails, okay? So when it comes to email, so this is a big thing. With your emails, I want you to unsubscribe from newsletters that no longer benefit you, okay? So a lot of times one of the things that I do, because I love to do also and teach around your money mindset and your money story and just really elevating, your mindset and your framework so that you can increase your profitability. A lot of the ways of strategies and techniques that I teach that you can really increase your abundance is by you, yes, it is by you basically going into your email inbox You need unsubscribing from those newsletters and those lists that no longer serve where you're trying to go or where you are, as well as just cleaning out that mess, right? Right now, it's time for me now to even go in to clean out my inbox, right? Because once I get at a certain number, it's so much activity that goes on in my brain because I see so many emails. Like every time I refresh, oh my gosh, 10 emails pop up. Oh my goodness, there's another 10. So one of the things that I get into habit of doing is unsubscribing from newsletters and from sites that no longer serve you, like for where you are right now or where you're trying to go. Yes, purge it. Yes, unsubscribe from that. And then I want you to go in and I want you to clean up your inbox. Delete the stuff that you know. If you hadn't opened these emails and it's not something that you know you need to open, delete it, right? But schedule time also for your emails. One thing that you probably don't ever want to do is open up your email first thing in the morning, particularly if you're trying to use it as productive time. If you're going to wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier, take those 15 and 30 minutes and really focus in, right? Really focus in on that writing project, right? Don't immediately go and start opening up your emails because it's not going to serve you. You're going to easily get sucked in to responding or, going on a rabbit hunt because someone has put a link. Okay, let me go and see where this link is taking me. So you want to be very, very aware around, the amount of time that you're spending when it comes to your social media as well as your emails. Yeah, Boss Chick Craig, I probably got that same number. So it's time definitely for me to do a purge. And let me tell you a secret. Every single time I do an email purge, guess what happens? As soon as I clean them up and I look at by that next day or that evening, whenever I've done that purge within a few hours, there's speaking engagements that fall into my inbox. There's someone who's saying, hey, I want to work with you, that falls into my inbox. It's like leads, new clients, speaking engagements. And so it's obviously something that there's a connection with being clutter-free and being abundant, okay? So if you can remove the clutter out of your life, right, that's a strategy to increasing your abundance. And we can all use a little bit more abundance, right? Exactly. Okay. So I know I'm spending a lot of time on this one, but this one is really important. And then the other one is your phone calls, guys. Now, if you have those girlfriends, like I'm not going to say I do have a couple girlfriends or at least one who can really talk, okay? So like I love, when I do get an opportunity to get on the phone with a girlfriend, like I make sure that it is time that, that I actually have that available time to do that, okay? So if I'm in a crunch time, I'm not gonna, if I'm in a crunch time, I'm not calling that girlfriend who talks the entire time, right? I have a girlfriend who will dominate the conversation, and guess what? Because I'm a good listener, I'll just sit there and I'll listen to her, and then when I'm ready to interject, I'll interject, okay? So if you have those type of friends, don't just allow them to call you. Most of Craig is laughing over it. Don't allow them to call you whenever they want to call you, okay? It's like you got to kind of plan around, your phone calls as well. So there is a function that is, if you have an iPhone, you have the function setting that is called Do Not Disturb. Now, the thing about the Do Not Disturb functionality is that you can basically, if it's on, then if someone calls you, it's not going to go through, right? But if that person calls like repeatedly within a number, like 3 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes, then it's going to break through because it's thinking, okay, maybe it's really an emergency, okay? Or if there's certain people that you say, okay, I don't want anybody to call me, but there's only one phone call that I'm waiting for today, and this person is in my contact, and this is the person, then you can also set that setting as well, okay? But just kind of monitor. It's like you managing, right? It's like you got to be a manager, ladies, of your time, right? I want you to manage your time. Okay, you guys are back over on Instagram. Yeah. And Adrian said people be texting me and interrupting my flow. Yes. Yes. And And no, Leslie, I'm not talking about you. You're saying, oh, no, it is not you. So I want you to manage your time, like be a hoarder over your time, right? That is, it's really good when you can hoard and lord over your time. That way you're not giving someone else, the responsibility of doing that for you. And then they end up sucking all of the time out of you, right? And killing your flow, okay? Which we don't want to do that. We want to be able to use that flow, that creativity, that energy for producing our writing assignment, which is our book, okay? So that's number 8. I know we took a minute on that one, but I really wanted to get that one across, okay? So number 9 is I want you to keep, now this one is interesting, okay? If this is for the ones that really, you're saying, I'm really struggling with maintaining my schedule. Like if you're one of those people that say, I still can't see it. Like I don't know where I'm going to get these pockets of time. This is very good opportunity, right? This is a very good opportunity. Tiffany is saying that's a hard one because when you come back, you got 25 text messages and 10 missed calls. Yes. So this one, this strategy number 9 is an opportunity for you to really like take control of your schedule, okay? And it is basically keeping a time log, right? And you can do it for a week. If you can't manage to do it for an entire week, just take 2 or 3 days, right? You want to basically give yourself sufficient enough time to just monitor the activities that you do in a day. And when I say a log, I'm meaning if you're getting and you're going to the restroom, if you got, someone that sent you a quick text and you're responding to the text, like you're monitoring the time, and it can get tedious, but it can be extremely rewarding so that you can identify where there's pockets of wasted time. And really what it's doing is building awareness, right? Which we want to heighten our awareness around our time, right? It's going to build that awareness so that you're going to know, wait a minute, no, I've seen it happen, on day 1, we're not going to do that again, okay? So it's keeping a log of what you're doing every single day from when you wake up in the morning till you go to sleep, right? You're keeping that log, you're writing down, you're monitoring how you spend your time, so that you know where you can go and redeem some of that time, right? Yeah, so yeah, you can redeem some of your time. So it's keeping a time log. Are you guys still with me? I see a lot of activity going on over in Instagram. Ladies saying that they're putting their phones on airplane mode so they don't get no calls, no nothing. Making sure that we're okay over here in Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys number 10, which I know we were covering 10 strategies to free up your busy schedule so that you can write your book. And then guess what? I thought about a bonus one as we were talking, so I'm going to give you 11 instead of 10, okay? So number 10 is I want you, okay, y'all, this is a really good one. And it kind of almost sort of just kind of goes along with if you have those individuals that really talk a lot and not, and kind of managing when they actually can call and speak to you on the phone. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Because these type of people, they're intentionally on assignment to drain you. Okay, so I want you to manage. This one is real talk. Manage those relationships that really take away your energy. I'm talking about that person that you connect with, that every time you talk to them, literally when they walk away, you feel like you've lost a piece of yourself. Okay? You literally feel like you've lost a piece of yourself. And I actually experienced this probably about 2 weeks ago with an individual that I met and had a conversation with, and literally by the time I left this individual, I felt like, I had lost a piece of myself. It was like, it was just that draining. Yeah. It was just that draining. So I want you to just be very aware and manage those relationships that really take away your energy, right? In other words, you're talking about those relationships where people are zapping your energy. Those are not healthy. It's not a healthy relationship. If someone cannot add to you, and I'm not talking about maybe there's someone who's just going through something, a momentary setback, going through something traumatic, and they really need, your assistance. But I'm talking about that person that no matter what time of the day that you connect with them, it doesn't matter what time of the month and a year that you connect with them, every single connection with you, every single opportunity that you come into contact with them, they're zapping your energy. Is not a healthy relationship. And guess what? Your energy, and when you think about time management, really what I'm talking about, guys, is really energy management. Like, how do you manage your energy? Over here, Avon is saying it's energy suckers. Yes. I took I'm pulling out my book now. If you guys have never seen my book, here it is. It's called Own Your Life. And I actually spent some time talking about and actually have a chart inside the book, an actual exercise that you do where you just kind of get real, okay? Like, you got to get real with yourself sometimes. And I have a section that's called, if you guys can see that, examine the energy around you, okay? And it's so important because it talks about, like, the energy that you feel. A lot of times you're feeding some of that is being fed from the individuals that's around you or situations that are going on. And what you have to be aware of as the owner of your time and energy management, right, is you have to be aware of and identify those individuals who are contributors, those who add to you. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Those who add to you, those who don't mind seeing you win. I'm talking about when you go up, they're celebrating, like they're probably screaming more for you than you're actually excited for yourself. These are the people that you need to have in your life because they're contributing to who you are. They're not afraid to see you win because they understand that, really the big thing that they understand is they understand where their own gifts and strengths lie. So they have no reason to be jealous of you when you begin to elevate and you begin to rise up, because they can stand it because they understand, okay, I'm comfortable with who I am. But when you have those individuals who are constant snatchers of your energy, those individuals who will literally zap the life out of you, a lot of times they come in the form of friends, what they call frenemies. It's kind of what I love my sister-in-law when she says that word. They're frenemies. They're supposed to be a friend. They look like a friend, but they're really an enemy. And these are people that are designed to distract you. They're sent on assignment to distract you, to stop you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And I need you to be aware of that, ladies. I need you to be aware of when you have those type of people that come into your space, who come into your atmosphere, into your energy field. These are the people that are sent to distract, to destroy, to hinder, to slow down, to keep you from reaching where you're trying to go. And I need you to get those people out the way. Those are the relationships that I really need for you to manage, because if you can manage those relationships, it allows your energy to stay up. Because like I said, time management equates to energy management. If we got the energy, we can produce these books and get these books out, ladies, okay? We won't have the excuse that, no, we don't have the time, right? Because we're getting out the people that are coming into our energy, into our space, that don't belong there, right? They're not going to add to it. They're gonna pull from it, okay? And we want to constantly be adding to where we're going. You think about it in terms of, we want to constantly, I said this yesterday, to Boss Chick Crate when she was on live. When you're getting in a space where you're elevating, and you're getting into a space and you're walking into a space that's going to require you to bring or to expand your capacity, that means that some things are going to have to go. Some things that are holding up space, that are really not producing, are really not adding to your bottom line, that are really not showing value. You got to get those things out of the way. So you got to be okay with that, okay? So for those relationships, those people, those connections, those associates, those friends who are really enemies, like those people, I need you to be aware of that. I need you to identify those people, those ladies over here on Instagram, identify those people and move them out of the way, because they're going to hinder whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're on assignment, guess what? They're on assignment too. And their assignment is designed to diabolically oppose your assignment, which is not going to allow you to elevate, okay? Not going to allow you to finish what you need to be finishing. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Got to remove them. Okay? So that was number 10. That one was kind of deep, but I felt that one. Okay, so hopefully you guys felt that and know that I shared that in love, because I want to see you win. I want to see you elevate. I want to see I know there's some of you that are on live right now. You've already written books. Guess what? I want to see you continue to write books. Okay, I want you to help build the communities that you have in your followings and your tribe as well, and get them to writing books and producing and sharing, sharing their content. Yeah. All right. All right, Miss Paige. All right, and so guys, I told you I was gonna give you an extra one. Okay, I was gonna give you a bonus one. Which is, if you feel like you really don't have time to write a book, you really don't have time to really push it out there, like you can't, and you're like really struggling, and you're still struggling even after me giving you these tips, why not collaborate? There's nothing wrong with you collaborating with some other women, some other men, whoever it is, other aspiring authors, and you guys come together as a collective and release a book. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, you guys, you pick your topic, decide what it's gonna be, decide who's gonna write what, and you just bring it together. Yes. Thank you, Leslie. Bring it all together. Do a collaboration. I'm seeing a lot of books that are coming out where you have 10 people that's actually work on assignment. Yeah, work on it together. Yeah. Do that, whatever it takes. This is what I want for you. I want you to push past the limitations that you put on yourself. I want you to push past that self-sabotaging behavior that has kept you stuck, that keeps you stuck, and that's constantly telling you in that inner critic that you cannot do this. Know that you can. People are doing it every single day. I have one of my mentees that I talk about all of the time. I can remember back in 2015 when I wrote my book, and I had partnered with Barnes & Noble to release the book and to promote it. At the time I was living in Montana, and they did that. And my mentee, we were live streaming. I was using Periscope then. I don't use Periscope much now. But I was there doing my author event, and they gave me an opportunity for about 30 minutes to talk about my book before I started signing them. And she was on Periscope, and she was cheering me on. And, we were talking, and she was asking her questions. And I can remember her saying afterwards how, she never thought, she's like, I can't write a book. And I'm like, why can't you write a book? She's like, well, I have no content. Girl, I can't write. I'm not a good writer. Like all of the different excuses that I still hear today. Let me tell you what happened to her, okay? Her name is Dr. Kimberly. In the midst of her telling me she doesn't have any content, let me tell you about this particular lady, okay? She does world tours, speaking tours, right? Where she's this powerful woman that's encouraging women. She's speaking to, teenage girls. Like she has all of these brands that she's created, and she's bringing content to all of these different brands. She's been in the training and development world for nearly 17 years. And I had to take that moment to step back and begin to tell her, or to remind her of who she was, to remind her of herself, to remind her of all of the things that she's done and platforms that she's built. And I'm like, and you're telling me you don't have any content? You just told me last week you went and spoke for an hour. Guess what? That's content. And so I began to tell her all of the different places that she can go to and pull her content. And this is what happened. This is what I'm talking about, somebody who's really serious and they know they're on assignment. Don't you know, from that one conversation, and I gave her nothing else, from that one conversation, she wrote 3 books in a matter of 9 months. Not only wrote them, she self-published them herself. Her 4th book she released in January. She wrote it with, at her time, it was her 5-year-old daughter. They wrote a children's book. And in January, she not only wrote that book, but she launched her own self-publishing, boutique self-publishing company. So I don't want to hear that you don't have time. I don't want to hear that you don't have content. I don't want to hear. Nobody's gonna listen. Nobody wants to hear from me. There's so much that's on the inside of you. If I can get you to just wake up and experience all that's on the inside of you, so that you can cause transformation for someone else who needs to hear your message. You got to get it out there. And that's why, like I told you, I'm committed for this year to helping 100 women self-publish their books, get their message out there. I know Dr. Kimberly and I created earlier this year a book coaching program that takes you from the writing to the self-publishing to the marketing phase of your book. There's a lot of people who wanted to be in that program, guys, who couldn't make the investment in it. I understand that. So one of the things that I did, because I kept hearing, like, I still want to write a book, but I can't afford the program. I'm like, okay, cool. Guess what? I've created a workshop. It's actually a half-day workshop that I'm doing here next month in Houston. I'm now in Texas, so I'm doing it in Houston, Texas. It's a half-a-day workshop where I'm going to take you through that process of just jump-starting that whole writing process. That tends to be the biggest challenge when it comes to you and your writing assignment, is actually putting pen to paper and getting that first draft written. I'm going to help you do that. The way that I'm going to help you do that, you bring your best book topic, and guess what? We're going to flush it out. We're going to brainstorm. I'm going to help you come up with your book plan. That's what you need. Your book strategy, you need that, right? I'm going to help you flush those things out such that when you leave the workshop, you have your plan, you have your strategy, and you get your book written in 30 days. Okay? So for those of you that are interested in joining me, meeting me in Houston, it's going to be on June the 16th. It's a half-a-day workshop. I've made it extremely affordable, ladies, so that those who wanted to go in the book coaching program and couldn't because, at the time it just wasn't the right fit, I want you guys to come. I purposely did it for only 10 people because I'm going to be holding your hand through the process. Like, we're going to be working. Like, you get me in person. All of the energy, all of the creativity, I'm going to be there physically with you in person. We're going to hash out your book, your plan, so that when it's time for you to go, you got everything that you need. You don't have any excuse. And then you're keeping yourself accountable for 30 days to get the book written, okay? So go to the 30-day book plan, the 30-day book plan. If somebody, Leslie, if you can put that over in Instagram for me, the 30daybookplan.com. Go to the site, grab you a seat. I do still have some seats left. I'm doing it here in Houston. Actually, I got some interest over in Silicon Valley to do this workshop as well. So I'm kind of talking through that right now to see if that's something that I'm able to do. But if you are in or near the Houston area, actually I have a lady that's flying in from Atlanta who's going to be coming and joining us. So if you are interested, go to the 30-day book plan, and I want you to sign yourself up. You can sign yourself up by just getting a regular seat that's going to get you the half-day workshop. It's going to get you the workbook. Or if you want some additional time with me, you have the VIP ticket that you can get where you still get the workshop, you still get the workbook, but you also get a 30-minute one-on-one strategy session with me, right? Coming out of the actual workshop where you've taken time to flush through your plan and your strategy so that I can look it over with you. I can give you some tips. I can help you and share with you ways that you can keep yourself accountable. But I want you, if you are that individual who knows and you said, I need to release a book, I need to release my book. Let me go back on. I got disconnected from Instagram. If you are one of those individuals who have said, I need to release my book, and this year, then you need to join me, okay? So that was just very high level. Go over the 10, actually the 11 strategies that I gave you. For you ladies, I'm sorry you guys dropped off of Instagram. I guess we probably went over our hour and I didn't even realize it just that quickly. I had no intentions of staying on for an entire hour, but guess what? Obviously, you ladies needed this content. You needed this information. So let's go really quickly, high level, the 10 strategies that you can implement right now to free up your schedule and get your book written are these. Number one, I want you to wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier every single day and capitalize on redeeming that time. Number 2, I want you to eat in for lunch. Instead of going out and hanging out with your friends or going to the cafeteria, sit at your desk and write. If you sit in a cubicle, put on your noise canceling earbuds and write. Number 3, I want you to DVR your favorite shows rather than watching them live, okay? Go back, choose a day like a Friday when I go up into my movie room and I binge watch everything that I wanted to watch for that week, okay? Number 4, I want you to meal prep. Pick a Sunday. I like to do Sundays. Pick a Sunday. Do your prep for the week. Create all of your entrees. That way, maybe you just need to put vegetables in it when it comes to the day that you need to serve it, right? Number 5, I want you to take a walk to a park. Connect with nature. Find your bench. Sit down and jot all of these ideas down, okay? I want you, number 6, to carry your journal, your notebook, your writing, whatever it is that you're writing in. Carry that with you every single place that you go, because when you have dead time or downtime, time that you're waiting for someone to serve you or whatever it may be, that's an incredible opportunity for you to write. Number 7, I want you to hire help for the tasks that you are doing that are pulling away all of your time. Bite the bullet, hire help, and make sure that it's going to be really easy for you to see the return on your investment if you do that. Number 8, I want you to have designated times for social media, designated time for emails as well as your phone calls. A bonus that I told you about your emails, if you want to open up your abundance and you want to attract more opportunities, it happens for me every single time. I go and I clean out my email list. I go and I unsubscribe from newsletters and sites that no longer serve me or serve where I'm trying to go or where I am at that particular time. Do that, okay? Number 9, I want you to keep a time log. If you can't do a week, do a couple days. From when you get up to when you go to bed, where are you spending your time? What are the things that you can get away with? What are the things that you just need to be more aware of, okay? Think about those things. Number 10, I want you to manage the heck out of those relationships that are sapping your energy, that are taking time from you. You need to set some boundaries. You need to figure out how to get that out of your life so that you can just really just nourish the energy that you have and continue to nourish it, that it continues to build and it continues to produce for you. And then the bonus was, why don't you just, collaborate with other aspiring authors? You guys bring all of that creativity, all of that self-love together, and you create a manuscript, you create a book, and you release it and self-publish it as a group, right? So that's all things that you can do. Ladies, I want to open it up for questions. If you have questions, what I'm going to do over here on LinkedIn is I'm going to flip it, because sometimes with me, although I like to record sideways, a lot of times though when I'm trying to read messages, it's very challenging because I'm trying to read from a different perspective. And it's difficult. Let's see if this is going to act right. All right, so ladies, are there any questions? Let me just type in what this is. Give me a second here. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I will answer them. And then I need to get to another appointment. Actually, I have a teenager that's waiting for me to take her somewhere. She always has a list of places she wants me to bring her every single day. Like she wants to go to the store and just get, all type of stuff. Okay. So Boss Chick Crate is asking the question, will your event be virtual as well? So right now, the plan is for it not to be virtual, but if there is enough interest, I could potentially could potentially add that, because I think there was probably one other person who asked me that question as well. Like, hey, I can't be there live, but I might be able to come virtually. So let me work on that, Boss Chick Creek. But if there's any way that you can get to Houston, I would love to see you. I know we met last year. I would love to hug your neck and get an opportunity to experience you. So let me get back to you on that one. Are there any other questions? Thank you, Leslie. You spoiled us with all the great information. My pleasure, my dear. Over on Facebook, do we have any questions? All right, ladies. So if there aren't any questions, I want to bid you farewell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for connecting on this evening and us talking about finding time to write your book. Again, I want you to go and to check out. I want you to go and I want you to check out the 30daybookplan.com. It's going to be an incredible workshop. Like I said, there's some other locations that's asking for me to come and do the workshop. We're going to do Houston first. We're going to test it out and see how it works. And then, I'll have my model. And then if you want me to come to your city, you would like to host me to your city, that's something that we can definitely talk about. Okay. So thank you so much. Hey, LeBron, thank you for getting on. I want you to watch the replay. Okay. Watch the replay. You're just getting ready to get off. But you guys have an excellent evening. Take care. And I want you to go and write those books. Okay? Take care. Bye.